What's up, everybody? Good Sunday evening. I'm Kevin. This is Palmetto Cats Live, and this is the Rod Report Part Dose 2, Part 2 of the most popular live stream I have ever done. And right off the bat, we got $10 super chat from Big Mike showing the love. Thank you so much, Big Mike, and I appreciate that right off the bat. Y'all check out Fishing with Big Mike, catches monster catfish from the banks of the Tennessee River. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. And I just want to welcome everybody in. I'm not going to go out and shout out names, but I see you all in there. I do want to give two special shout outs to Fishing with Robbie and Patriot James Smith. They did a tournament to sponsor the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. Fishing with Robbie and Patriot James, they raised over $2,000, y'all. $2,000 for diabetes research. And Robbie and his family organized it, and Patriot James Smith, who's also in the chat, helped him pull it off. I wish I could have got up there. Maybe next year we can make it up. But I just want to say I'm proud of you, Robbie, and Patriot James. You're a true friend of the community for helping him out to do that. Robbie, if you want, you can post the Venmo link in the description or in the chat so that if anybody didn't get a chance to donate, they can donate and you can raise even more money. That being said, y'all, we have a ton of rods to go through tonight. I have 19 rods sitting to my right. And then I have a bunch of guests. I have 4 guests that I'm going to bring on, and we're going to talk about these rods. We're going to go from the lowest price point up to the most expensive of what we have. And if you don't see a rod that you use or that you have, it's not because we don't think they're special or we don't think they're good enough. We just don't have them. And so I just have the people that signed up and said they wanted to come up. So we're going to do that right now. First, I got my homeboy, Michael Murillo. ¿Qué
What's up,
pasa,
Kevin?
señor?
I'm a gear junkie, so here I am. I was a little under the weather last week, and I couldn't make the real report. Couldn't stop coughing, but I feel better, and I'm ready to see my next purchase in somebody else's hands.
Awesome. All right, then we got Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. Mr. Freddy, how you doing?
Doing great tonight, Kevin. Excited to be on the show.
Awesome. The studio's coming to shape back there, man. I really like it.
It's getting there, slowly but surely.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to see all of the improvements. There's the Venmo link, y'all. If you want to donate to Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, that's a great foundation. Robbie is very close to his heart, and I donated, and all the people that did the tournament helped him to raise money. So if God puts that on your heart, I would ask that you do that. All right, then we got Lance Makugai, a.k.a. the Hawaiian Fisherman. What's going on, bud?
Thanks for having me on the show, Kevin.
Oh, man, we need the energy to pump up, man. Come on. We got gear to talk about. All right. Then you all know this guy. Who's this guy?
Did you say we needed energy pumped up? Well, we got the energy now. That might be just the Mountain Dew, though. Who knows?
Let me tell you, mister. I'm going to get this Mountain Dew, and we're going to get these rods. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your time with me tonight. If my moderators and chat wouldn't mind, throw up Freddie's link, Michael's link, Lance's link, and 2 stands in the chat at various points in the stream so that they can get some more hook sets, as we like to call them. Corny. I'll never do that again. I apologize.
It was intense.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew. All right, let's get going. There you go. You got the sticker. Dew. You're in Dew country.
That's for staying there.
Thank you.
All right, so the format tonight, we're going to start off talking about kind of like a starting off fishing rods, and we're going to build all the way up. Now, just because they increase in price, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. just because they're more expensive doesn't necessarily mean they're better. That's just the way we formatted the show. So that if you are considering purchasing a fishing rod or a catfishing rod, which is what we'll be talking about, then you'll have some price points to go by. And based on what these gentlemen say and myself say about these rods, and even people in chat can comment, you can be better informed about making a purchase. And since Catfish Conference is coming up in November, you'll get a chance to go by these booths and say, I remember Stan talking about this rod, and yeah, I like it, or Fred, whatever. Some of them you won't be able to get from there. So anyway, that's why we're doing this format. All right, here we go. So let's start off with our least expensive rod, and I believe Freddie's got that up, don't you, Freddie?
Yep. I would say the least expensive out of the bunch tonight would be it's a 7-foot medium heavy whooping stick.
Whooping stick, I like that.
From Academy, they typically range anywhere between $25 and $30 at most retail stores. But it's really lightweight. It's a great beginner rod for any reel. My wife loves it because she's a Zebco 888 woman. So
ooh, look at that.
It's perfect combination with that. So, but it's got good backbone strength to it. Yes, Stan. But it's a great inexpensive rod, and it's something. It's a shorter rod, being a 7-foot. It's great for my wife, especially being on her kayak, and now with our new John boat, it makes it a little easier to cast with the shorter rods compared to my big rods back here. My 10-footers back in the back wall. We won't get into those, but all my other rods, except for these few I'm going to show tonight, are all 10-foot. So getting back into that 7 to 8 foot range, that seems to be the perfect length for boat setup anyway. So that'll be a good beginner right there, or not necessarily a beginner. It's a good overall rod as far as strength and durability. We've had this one. We've had 2 or 3 of them in the past, and they last years. Bought her this brand new one because I actually ran over her old one a couple weeks ago. So kind of had to buy her a new one. So
no surf rods, Big Mike. So feel free to click the link. Freddie, show us the reel seat. And so that, fellas, what I really want us to do is show the reel seat and then show the guides so people can see the guides. And then if you can, maybe a little bit of the action. So it's got that trigger on it. Looks like it's got a golf grip.
Yep. It's got the typical golf grip.
Is that a graphite? It's probably a plastic reel seat, not graphite, right?
Yeah.
Because of the price, yeah.
Because of the price on it. Let's see if I can get to the details of it.
Yep, we see it. 7-foot, medium heavy. There's your lure weight, medium heavy action. And do the guides have inserts?
Yeah, they've got these. Okay. Let's see if I can get the main one right here. One of the bigger ones.
And so that's something you'll notice, chat, is you'll see these more inexpensive rods come with cheaper guides. Yeah. And so that's kind of the thing is, as you get up in price, it's not because they think they're all that. It's because they're putting better components on it. So that's one of the, you can pick that up in Academy Sports, you said.
Yep, we picked that one up at Academy. We actually paid, I think, $26.99 before taxes when we bought it. So,
is that a combo or just for the rod?
It was just the rod.
Okay.
The Zebco 888. That's her favorite reel, so it's on every one of her rods.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
She's a button pusher. She'll never be anything else. I've tried to get her to bait cast, spin cast. No, she's a button pusher.
She even pushes your buttons, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
I have to. She's making all the money now. I retired a couple months back, so she's my sugar mama, I want to say now.
Hey, all right. There you go. All right. So now I have ugly sticks, and I know Stan does too, but do we have anything under the $35 price range?
That would probably be me again with
all right.
35 to 45 on average would be this
ProCat, yeah.
ProCat. Again, this is a 7'6" medium heavy.
medium fast. Yep, we saw that.
Yep.
Another
Again,
plastic reel seat with the
plastic
trigger.
reel stuff. Yep.
So you got the classic on there.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's upside down,
No,
but
that's
yeah.
an ATS. What is that?
That's a Shakespeare ATS from
Shakespeare.
Walmart.
Okay,
but
Shakespeare.
We're,
There you go.
we're talking rods, not reels.
No, that's a good reel.
And then the guides here, yeah, it's got a little. I want to say it's almost aluminum. So, and I paid $39.99 before taxes on this rod. Again, it's one of your lower price point rods, but it's got a good backbone to it, pretty stiff. It's a medium heavy. This is the first bait caster that I've got, so I haven't tried it yet. So we'll see how the reel works out with the rod. But I've got a couple of those rods now. Again, it's going to that 7 to 8 foot range that typically most anglers go from the boat.
Yeah.
You know, being new to the boating scene, my kayak, I was throwing my 10-foot rod, and you wasn't throwing far with that 10-foot rod in a kayak. I'm sorry, it sucks sometimes. But that 7 to 8 foot range seems to be like the money shot point for me, especially on my kayak. I got that. You was talking ugly sticks, and that would have been my next one, which is this bronze colored ugly stick, the Catfish Special.
Well, hold off on that one.
Yeah,
hold off on that one.
So, but yeah, that 7 to 8 foot is a whole lot better from the boat.
Yeah, gotcha. And so Mike, what do you know the name of those guides? It's not the Fuji guides, is it?
Yeah, I think those are Fuji's.
The Fuji guides? Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to tempt you, Freddie, but the whooping stick does come in longer lengths. If you struggle with the 7 and the 8, and if you just need to go 9 or 10, I think they come in those lengths, and the price does not change but a couple dollars.
Yep. They're typically within $5. Again, we went with the 7 foot for the wife because she liked that shorter, stockier rod. But yeah, I've seen a 9 footer, and it was, I think, $8 more at the same store. So
cool. Well, Sogo said that he has one of the B&M Silver Cats with the plastic reel seat at $30. He may or may not come in, so we'll go ahead and move up. I'll go ahead and go next. This is a rod. This is a rod that I started out on YouTube with. It's the Ugly Stik GX2. Ugly Stik GX2 spinning reel, made by Shakespeare. This is a medium heavy, although with the rod, you'd probably compare it to a medium now with the rods that are out. 7 foot. You can pretty much do anything with this rod. It does not have inserts, so it has the stainless steel guides. There it goes. It focuses in. Really tough rod. I've caught a 50-pounder on this before I started YouTube, but during YouTube, you've seen a 41-pounder come in on it. Whoa, let me make sure I get the fan. It doesn't have a trigger on it, so Mike Murillo won't like it. But it does have a plastic reel seat with the golf grip. It's a pretty rod too. It's that black and red. It's got the little logo on the end. You can't go wrong with an Ugly Stik GX2. It'll catch any fish you throw at it. The only thing I probably wouldn't recommend it for is big rivers. Big rivers with heavy current. You're probably not going to do well with this rod because it's got such a sensitive tip. But this isn't the reel that came with it. This is that PC Fun Alloy X reel. But this rod and reel combo, it came with a reel for I think it was at the time it was $39.95, but I believe they're $49 now. So for rod and reel from Walmart, and that's a really good price, and definitely a rod that can pretty much handle any kind of lake fishing or small river fishing. It can handle the Potomac River DC Metro. maybe not where DC fishes, but Chunky Cats used to use these off the bank, I believe. And I have the catfish rod, but I believe Stan has that too, don't you, Stan?
Well,
Of here's
course.
Sogo. We'll let Sogo go because he's got that cheaper one. Hey, Sogo, what's up?
What's going on, y'all?
Sogo, how's
to
it
the
going?
show, brother.
It's Sunday and I got to work tomorrow, so it ain't that great.
Well, I believe most of us are in that boat, except Freddie.
I was like, this is the one they don't make anymore. It's the. Can I get how close can I get that without breaking?
Oh yeah,
this?
Silver Cat. I used to have one of those.
I was like, this is the. I don't even know what color it's supposed to be anymore, but it's a burnt burgundy now.
Yeah.
Okay, get up here, y'all can see it. I'm on my phone.
Doesn't that have a like a
It's got a paracord handle on it.
paracord wrap? Yeah.
I was like, I've abused it, and it's still there. It's chipping off in a couple of places, but I like it.
For the price. I mean, that I got two of those rods from Walmart. I guess they got returned to Walmart for some reason, and I got them for $25 because they didn't know where they came from.
This has even got the cheapest PC Fun flame spinning reel. I'm running 2 years on that combo, and I can't break it. And I'm trying.
That's awesome.
I don't think you will break it.
Look, I'm trying, but they remade it. This is how you know if you got the remade version. It's blue.
Oh yeah, the blue one. Yeah.
Steels. This is also an 8-foot rod. I'm in my kitchen, so
I got you.
nervous.
Got a trigger, Mike.
Yep.
It's got a trigger. This is a $25 Walmart Shakespeare that I'm just testing out.
The same one Freddie's got.
Exactly. It's working, but
I think that's a copy of the copy of the Akuma Classic.
Akuma Classic.
Same exact rate.
Direct copy.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, I knew that one was a good one. This is $25, and I said if it's trash, I'd destroy it in a year. I destroy it in a year, and I'd learn a lesson.
It's just all plastic, but not a big deal. So tell us about that. I'm not a fan of the paracord wrap. Tell me how you like that.
For 2 reasons. I like to wrap my hand. I mean, okay, this reel, I can't do that with a big reel. But I like to wrap my hand all the way around.
Gotcha.
But if I got a thicker handle, like on my old 18 Outfitters rods that are outside, I can't grab it like that.
Makes sense.
I like this also because when it's cold and I'm wearing gloves, I can still feel it. Like
you can feel the bumps in it.
Do it?
You can't break it unless you're in your kitchen, right?
Apparently not, because I'm up there. I'm nervous up here. That's why I keep looking off. Like, what am I doing up there? But the trigger, I like the smaller grip. I have XL hands, and I still like the smaller feel on it. But some of the smaller ones, like the old Shakespeare Tiger combos, I didn't like those small handles because it was just slick the whole way down.
Yeah, it had that golf grip on it.
Exactly. But
cool.
I said, since y'all were going through the cheap ones, I said, well, I've got 2 real cheap rods outside. And I can grab them right quick. But
yeah, man.
I like these. And if I can't,
they're hard to find.
You can still get them on Amazon right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
No,
if y'all are interested in that, that's the Silver Cat Elite. No, sorry.
Plain old Silver Cat.
Just plain old Silver Cat. No last name.
If y'all find one of the black and I think that's burnt burgundy or something.
Yeah. That's the one.
If y'all find one of them, let me know. I might pay you to pick it up for me.
Awesome.
But I like those better than I like this one.
We get the blue ones in our Walmart every once in a while.
That's where I got the blue one from, was Walmart. But I also picked up the older model from Walmart because apparently I picked it up right at the changeover.
Yeah. About a year ago, they made that change. All right, awesome. Well, let's go on over to, and you're welcome to hang out, Sogo, if you want.
I'll stick around. If somebody else pops up with a question on one, I might have it. I can pop in.
Sounds good. All right, Stan's going to show us the Ugly Stik catfish rod, which is around the $40 range, right?
That's right. That's right. There it is. And we use these. It's not going to
Back a
quite.
little bit. Back a little bit. There you go. It'll focus in a second. We can read it.
But it's that's a 7-foot medium heavy action, 15 to 30-pound line, up to 3 ounces, and it's got the same thing. But they have the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
They do come in 8-foot also. I like the 8-foot ones better, but that's the 3 ounces, and we used them. That was what we kind of upgraded to them. We had a couple of them, and we used them in the James. That's what we were using when we first got started. And Stan 3 did the paracord wrap himself.
Pretty cool.
He likes the paracord wrap, but
it looks like cork.
you kind of see it a little bit better there.
Gotcha.
But
there's a couple of videos on how to do that too, if anybody's interested in that.
Yeah, he likes getting the he did the orange because he did all orange for a while. Then he was doing green and black where you get the different colors. That really looked pretty cool because you could get the pattern going across like a spiral. But yeah, you can't break these. We used them in the James, and like I said, the only issue with it is the 3-ounce limit for casting or recommendation. Okay. Like we still casted, it's the James River, so we were still using 6-ounce leads and 8-ounce leads sometimes. So it was just, but that's Ugly Stik. You're not gonna break Ugly Stik, and
yeah, you're not gonna launch it very far with that much. So it's more of a boat fishing rod, I would say. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. If you're gonna do a lot of bank fishing, where you're casting 4 ounces of weight or higher, not going to go. You can launch it with, if you're fishing a lake or pond or something where you're only using like 2 ounces of weight, it'll launch that, but it'll handle big fish. We've caught 60-pound fish on these, 50 and 60-pound catfish on the Ugly Stik catfish rod.
Apparently, not even a trash compactor will damage that rod. So show us the guides on that. I think they're just like the Ugly Stik I showed. They don't have an insert.
No insert.
Personal preference, I can't stand the inserts only because the inserts end up coming out, especially if they get bent. Like if the eye gets bent at all, the inserts start coming out.
Like I said, we fished these hard and nothing. They're all still going.
Well, funny thing about that rod is the world record catfish is being held by that rod right there.
And I would believe it because, like I said, we've caught 50s up to 60-pound fish on those rods, and they handled it.
143-pound blue cat is holding the record on that rod right now.
But for anybody out there with a really budget, and I didn't bring it in, is that Mr. Lou's, or the Lou's Mr. Catfish, $25 combo you can get at Walmart. That's what we had. We had more of those. That's what we were originally using. We had a couple of these Ugly Stik catfish rods. $25 for that whole combo, and that Mr. Catfish does come in you can get them up to like, I think 9 foot, and I think that's only like $30 rod. I think you can get the whole combo for like $39. And same thing with those. We beat the heck out of them. They're very similar to the rating. And for $25, if you're wanting to get into it and try catfishing, you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
And that's why we're showing these more inexpensive rods, is for those entry-level folks, which are probably not too many people in chat right now that are entry-level. But over time, people who watch this rod, because it's going to be called Catfish Rod Reviews, and people are going to come in just like the last year, and they're going to watch it, and they're going to see your opinion and all our opinion. So it's good to know. Like I have a bad habit of picking up new hobbies, and so you want to try to get in as cheap as you can to see if you like it. Like I'm getting into camera gear. So I got into the cheapest one I could find, and you quickly realize if you if you get into something and you really like it, the cheap stuff is you're gonna realize why it's cheap. But once you get in, if you just want to see if it's for you, then that's the way to go. I like JBT said, I broke mine, referring to the Ugly Stik catfish rod 3 years ago. Paid $9.99 shipping. They sent me a new one, so they do have great customer service, and that's really important. It's extremely important, especially when you start getting up in price on these rods.
I mean, the Ugly Stik name, Ugly Stik has been, I mean, that was like the upgrade rod back in the day. My father's favorite rod was just the original Ugly Stik, and he did that with Mitchell 300As, and he would catch everything from trout to snapping turtles on these things. So that's what he loved to use.
Awesome. All right, so we just got into the $40 range, a little bit higher, 40, depending on where you live. So what do we got, fellas, that's in that $40 range or right above it? I have one, but I want to. Okay, I'll go with mine. So
go with yours because mine's just the same Ugly Stik, but it's the burnt orange color. So
let's look at it. That's the newest one though. So people are going to want to.
Again, it's that $40 to $50 range. Got it at Bass Pro. It's a burnt orange color. It's the Catfish Special Ugly Stik. This one's 8 foot, medium heavy. It says 10 to 30 pound line, 1 to 3 ounce lure. Nice rod. I haven't used it yet. This is my first.
Ooh, I like that grip.
Yes, it's foam, but it's a tough foam, and it's got a cross pattern to it, so it's really good.
Funny thing, real quick.
There's
that's the same grip that the Hellcat has on it. You'll see that later.
So this one don't have a thumb hole because it goes for my spinners, but
gotcha.
Then I just dropped again.
I got a code at PC Fund. You can replace that reel.
Again, the eyes are stainless steel. So the good thing about this burnt orange one that I do like on the tip of it, it's burnt orange all the way up to the last 2 eyelets, and it's a clear. So black light or a light shining on it at night makes it pop really well. So that's one of the key factors. I splurged and went up to that one, and I paid $49.99 plus tax at Bass Pro for it. So that's my most expensive rod here. So I'll just sit back watching now. But again, just because they're inexpensive doesn't mean they don't work as well as the others. I haven't been lucky enough to catch anything over 25 pounds. My personal best was with Junior Proctor at Patriot James's tournament this past year was 21.4. So I'm still in that low 20 range. But as far as catfishing, I've been doing it for years. Channel cats, blue cats, all the small stuff, 5 to 10 pounds, and any one of your low end rods will do that all day long.
Well, what do you got behind you?
Well, behind me, I've got 2 10-foot rods. The first one,
we got a lot of bank fishermen watch this channel.
Yeah,
so.
As far as bank fishing, which I do a good bit of, I go with a 10-foot rod, and this is the main one I go to. The old Bass Pro Shot Cat Buster is what it's called. This one's heavy action, 1 to 4 ounce lead. It says.
Wow, that's light.
Yeah, but it says heavy action. It's funny that it says heavy action,
that's
but only
weird.
4 ounce. So
you should be able to cast a pound out with that thing.
Yeah. Now these eyelets do have the little inserts in it. This is a spin cast without the thumb hole. But on this bait cast, it don't have large eyelets at the bottom. It actually starts with a smaller one. So I like that on those. And again, that's that $40 to $50 range typically. And then the last one I got, couldn't tell you how much it is. But for bank casters, it's a 10-foot rod. This is an old school rod. Again, my mom gave me this thing 10, 15 years ago. It's an old Eagle Claw Water Eagle, a heavy rod, 1 to 5 ounces of weight. So, again, spin rod, huge bottom eyelet, huge. They do have
those are robust.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you how much that one was. I want to say it was that $40 to $50 range. That was a gift 10 years ago from my mom. But as far as bank fishing, I prefer a longer rod. I prefer that 9 to 10 foot rod length. That way you got that more pull power to chunk.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we'll see going forward. Since I bought some of these 7 and 8 foot rods, I'm curious how they do throwing from the bank the way I cast compared to my 10 footer. So that's going to be an interesting challenge for me.
Awesome. All right. Well, here's in the $45 price point. Now, we're not counting shipping. Of course, you're going to pay more for shipping. But let's say you go to CatCon, you would be able to find this rod for $45. This is the Rip and Lips Super Cat. Rip and Lips Super Cat. Very simple design. Not a lot of flash. Not a lot of shebang. Not a lot of colors. Just this kind of Rip and Lips red. Come on, focus. You can do it. There we go. Medium heavy, fast action, 7'6", 2 to 10 ounces. That's why I said like your 1 to 5 on those big heavy rods is way off, because this one does 2 to 10. But it's got the graphite or plastic reel seat. I'm not sure. I think it's plastic, but it's got the little trigger there. It's got just the standard foam handle. You're paying $45, so you're not going to get a lot of upgraded features. It does have the upgraded guides, though. I do like that about it. You're getting a more inexpensive rod with a upgraded eye or a guide. All the yarn and the epoxy, or not the epoxy, but all the colors are the same here, so you don't really have anything sticking out. At the tip, it does have. Watch where I'm going. It does go white, like Stan was saying, or not Stan. Freddie was saying. So you got that increased visibility on the tip. If you like burgundy, you're gonna really like this rod because it's really, really burgundy, like all the way. But it's a good rod. Rip and Lips has been around for a while, and people swear by them. And I've caught a few fish on it, not anything big, probably 10 pounds, biggest fish so far. And, just like everything else I got, it's handled the fish pretty well. So that's around the $45 mark. So we got up to $50. I have one gentleman that is my next one I have is in the $65 range. So does anybody have one in the $65 range?
I got one that's about 60.
All right, let's do that one, Lance.
All right, this one here, it's a Pan Squadron 3.
Oh yeah, pins. There we go.
10 footer. It's a medium action, and it handles up to 1 to 4 ounces. Haven't used it yet, but it's a bait caster. Plan on putting a Cast King 70 on it. And it's
cool. Give us a close up of the backbone of that rod so we can see the design and everything. Pin Squadron. I've seen these. Even Walmart at one point was Oh, wait a second. There you go. Now you can tell that's a surf rod, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a surf rod. I got it off of Amazon.
All right. And show the reel seat for us. Is that plastic / graphite, whatever that is? Yeah. And then the guides.
Guides are stainless steel, I believe. No inserts.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just like the ugly stick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't casted it yet or nothing. I've been waiting to get another Cast King 70.
So either these guys are like copying each other, like Penn and Shakespeare and Berkeley and all these guys, or they're made by the same company, which I tend to think, how some of these reels, we discussed that last week, like it's the same reel, but they just slap a different brand on it.
They are owned by the same company.
Oh, they are.
Yes, they are.
And what?
I think it's called
parent
Pure
company?
Fishing.
Pure Fishing. See, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think
So
it
that's
also
our.
includes a couple other companies too,
Mhm.
like G. Loomis and St. Croix and
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Probably Zebco too.
No, I think Zebco's off on their own. Maybe
That's
with
interesting. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Lance. So that's a. You said that was in the $60 price range.
Yeah, that was $60.
And that was 10 foot surf rod 2-piece off Amazon.
Yep, it's the Penn Squadron 3.
Awesome. I'll take a little break right here just to remind everybody to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. If you're new, you're just joining us. This is called the Rod Report. We're basically going through the rods that we have. Everybody kind of signed up to come up here or just messaged me and said, hey, we're going to come talk about rods. And so we have different channels represented. You see the Hawaiian Fisherman, Lance McCouguy. You got Michael Murillo, Freddy's Outdoor Adventures, Two Stands Fishing. Big Mike is down there. We're going to get to him in a second. What's up, Big Mike?
What's going on?
And we had Sogo here earlier. So make sure you check out those channels, Sogo or any of the other mods. If you want to post links, I would appreciate it. What you got there, Stan?
And Kevin, we were Lance just brought up Penn. This is I love the reel, the Penn Fierce. The reel is just, we talked about that last week, but you get it as a combo.
Yeah.
And it's the Fierce too. For like an all around, like you can use it for lots of multi-species. It only goes up to 1.5 ounces, but we were using it for catfishing, especially, you know, me with the targeting. If I was going for channel cats. Matter of fact, I think I used this in the first Iron Cat when I was targeting some smaller fish. So, you know, if you're casting those 2 ounce weights up to, you know, 3 ounces, even though it says 1.5 ounces, it's a pretty sturdy rod. And we've caught a bunch of different fish with the Penn Fierce. So, yeah, Stan 3 was using them. He had his combo. I think the biggest catfish we've caught on them have been in the 20 plus range. 25 pounds or so.
Yeah, I mean, they're all good rods.
But the reel, fantastic. The reel is awesome.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go next. I got this rod from one of our kind of academy type stores. It's called Palmetto State Armory. And it's come on, drag, tighten up. It's the B&M Silver Cat Elite. And I don't know why my reel won't stay buttoned up.
The real Chat Cats user.
But yeah, Chat Cats uses these. Jimmy from Fishing and Gear uses these. B&M Silver Cat Elite. I know Mike's a big fan of B&M. B&M's been around for a long time. And so this is kind of like the upgrade from what Sogo showed earlier. So this is definitely an upgrade. This is the first aluminum reel seat we're going to see tonight. So it's an aluminum reel seat. It's got the double locking nuts on there, and it's got diamonds. It's got diamonds, y'all.
Bling bling.
$65, you get diamonds everywhere.
That's the B2 real seat.
But yeah, so you know, you get for $65, you get a medium heavy action 7'6" rod with the B&M name on it. It is bright red with silver wraps. So if you like red, it's definitely going to be your rod. Chat Cats Fishing, Joe Jellison uses these exclusively. And if you've ever seen the fish that he catches, you can go see that these rods are the real deal. White tip with the silver wraps, and then about the fourth eye, the fourth guide, it turns red, but it still has that silver wrap. It's got those same upgraded guides on it that you've seen earlier. But again, for the price range, this is the first aluminum reel seat, so you're getting into the heavier rods now. It's got the EVA foam grip, and it's notched, so that's supposed to improve your grip. It's got what I like about B&M is they have this oversized hook keeper. I know it's trivial, but that oversized hook keeper is really something that I enjoy because, like, the Ugly Stik has the worst hook keeper on it ever. It's like this little tiny piece of whatever, and you're sitting there trying to go, there it goes. This one is giant. Like, you can put a part of your pinky finger in it, and so it's really easy just to hook that in there. That's that quantum iron. That's I wish I would have brought that up last week. But then you get to the butt. It's just a flat butt on it. It's not notched or rounded off, so some people care about that stuff. But again, black aluminum reel seat, and you get diamonds.
Is that diamonds?
Diamonds.
$65, you get some diamonds.
I mean, there might be cubic zirconias, but still. I mean,
Still
who else is fishing out there with diamonds?
$65, you get some bling.
Just claim them as diamonds either way.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's a nice rod. That's kind of like as far as we've gone today, that's other than the Ugly Stik Catfish Special that Freddie just showed, that's kind of like the first like catfish rod that you'll see starting to market for that. Yeah, we had the Silver Cat, but now they're starting to make the aluminum reel seats, and now you're going to see why you start paying more for these rods. The upgrades is what you're going to start to see. And then we have a lot of rods in the $70 to $89 range. So Mike, let's go to Big Mike.
Mine ain't nowhere near that range.
Okay, yours is you got the big giant rod. Let's go to Murillo. Let's hear from Murillo and see what he's got.
Well, you guys were on a roll, so I was just letting you roll. One rod that I bring to the table is the 6 Gills Erebus. This rod is an interesting rod. Technically, it's priced at $109.99, but don't buy it that way.
Nope.
This company runs buy one get one freeze all the time. And if they don't run it this month, they're going to run it next month. So you just got to wait. So really, this is a $55 rod. Now, the specs say it's only supposed to throw 2 or 3 ounces. It can do it though. It can throw 4. It can throw 5. I've thrown it. It's just simple foam, flat handled. Again, plastic. Simple reel seat. Not a real big foregrip. Black with a little bit of silver trim, silver eyelets. They say that they're like a composite. They say that it's not a plastic insert. Haven't broken on me yet. Haven't caused me any trouble, so I won't say anything bad. Some of their models, this will go up to 12 foot long. They have a 12, a 9, a 7.5, and a 6.5 ferrule
insert.
Thank
rod.
you. Very, very nice. Very, very simple black with the black wrappings, working itself up to a completely whitened tip. I have every single length that they have. I did not pay $110 for them because they aren't a $110 rod. They're a $50 rod. It is actually made for catfish, just like Kevin said. As we move up, we get into those that are made specifically for catfish. This is one of those, and it is an excellent upgrade from that GX2 Ugly Stik that we all love, that we've all probably had our hands on at one point in time. Little bit more money, definitely worth it for your catfishing. Kevin then said we were moving into rods that were more like the $69 to $79 range, just because the company hadn't been mentioned yet, and for good reason, because they're still out of stock, and I'm not going to be nice about it. They're still out of stock. Cast King Kong.
Yeah.
I
They're
bought
always out of
one
stock,
just
man.
because it was the new thing, and I thought that it was so cool I had to have it, and I got to tell y'all, it is pretty cool. Did I have to have it? No, but I'm glad that I did buy it because it hasn't been in stock since.
Wow.
It's got that nice wrapping. It does have that big, gigantic knob kind of bottom. Don't really care for that. Plastic
like big
real
butts?
seat, but this is much larger here. The locking nut on it, very small foregrip, crazy cool. You got real nice Fuji eyes here. This one is 7.5 foot. It is 2-piece. Real nice little graphics. Moving its way up to a shiny Kevin needs to have it green tip. Green tip. Kevin's got to have. Oh, look at that.
They should have just rolled Palmetto right on there.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had them in
should've.
stock, I'd probably have one.
But again, they got to get them in stock. So they had said they were going to be in stock at the end of last month. Haven't seen it be in stock yet.
Robert Rodriguez said, "Is that a glass rod or graphite?"
It's carbon. This rod does not have that nice wiggle wobble that you're going to see from Big Mike here in a minute. But I'm telling you, when you put this rod under stress by a real nice, powerful fish, it does have a beautiful action about it. It's $79. I think there was $10 off when I first did it. Should have bought 2 of them, maybe 4.
No,
just because,
Michael, didn't some mass man that you knew do a review on a Kong?
Oh yeah. Yep. The Mexicat did a review on the Kong series, because he has a couple.
Viva el Mexicat.
Yep. Technically, I think I have 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4-ish more rods in this price range. I'll do one real quick, and then I'll let anybody else jump in. Another company that hadn't been mentioned yet, Catfish Sumo. The 2-piece chopstick is a fantastic rod. Plastic, real seat. This is a spinning model. They do have the casting model that does come, I believe, with a fantastic little trigger on there for those of us who like the triggers. This has a much more
tapered butt.
Much nicer rear end here. Again, with a little bit of green. Looks pretty nice, Kevin.
You can say butt. That's okay.
Look at that. Look at that nice green there, and then bring in some more green in there. Shinier green. It does have, I believe, inserts in here. Yeah, I do believe it has inserts in here, but I'm not a braid guy, so I really don't care. 7.5 foot medium heavy action, says it'll throw like 4 ounces. I bet it'll do more. 2-piece, works its way up to a real nice high vis yellow tip.
That's what I like about it.
These are listed on their website at $69.99, but they have Black Friday sales, and Black Friday is next month, y'all. So hang in there, because last year I got them for $43. And for $4 more than an ugly stick, this is a catfish rod.
Now, I will say,
for
listen,
$4.
So I tried to buy one of those last year on the Black Friday for the $43, and guess what I got instead? A Catfish Sumo reel. Amazon sent me the wrong thing.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, dang, that was a $60 upgrade in my order right there.
And I ordered off Catfish Sumo's website, joined their rewards, all that kind of fun stuff. So definitely a very, very cool company. Does very specific things. I know I don't know what you want to call them. If you want to call them demon dragons or their version of the demon dragons, They were on sale on Black Friday as well.
They're
I know
just
some
really
people
they're really
also-
small. Be aware of that they're really
Mhm.
small.
Yeah, they're shorter.
All right, so I have a couple in that $79 range, and they're from Senor Chris Flores. I have 3 models of his rods that are at that price range, all $79. And this is the Muddy River Catfish Rod, the medium edition, the newest one. And Chris is already, there's been a lot of people talking about this rod for various reasons, but Chris is already, talk about customer service. He anytime anything goes wrong with one of his rods, he'll send you a brand new one, even if you want it. Send you a brand new one, which is awesome. But you know, he's already been in touch with the manufacturer to make this rod even better. But for what you get, and what's really unique about Chris's rods, Muddy River rods, is these handles are a light foam, not EVA, but it's like I don't even know what you call it.
It's the most
It's like a
comfortable grip on the
yeah,
market.
it's so comfortable. It's really light. You pick up this rod, and it feels like it weighs nothing. And that's the same for all the Muddy River rods. It's got an oversized hook keeper on the bottom of the rod instead of on the top, like a lot of the other rods. This is the medium action, so of course you're not throwing heavy weights with this. Is not meant for big current. Big Mike would never use this because it couldn't handle his current. But it's a uh,
Mhm.
7 foot rod, medium heavy or medium action, fast tip, and as you can see, it can throw 1 to 8 ounces. I wouldn't throw 8 with it. I would throw up to about 6, maybe 5 with it. But when you catch a fish on this, I remember the first fish I caught on it. I was live, and it took it down. And because the action is so limber at the tip, I thought it was like a 40 or 50 pound fish. And Chris was actually in the live stream when I did that, and he said, "Yeah, it fools me all the time too." So, but it goes to that yellow, and then right at the very tip, it goes to the white, as you can see. Upgraded guides, um, black rod all the way down, and here's something unique: it has a gold reel seat. A gold reel seat. So if you're a black and gold man or woman and you like that, this is also one of those rods. I'm trying to hit the fan with the tapered butt. So a lot of people, Mike included, they like that tapered butt because it can fit in the rod holders. You're not struggling to get it out. But that's a $79 range from Muddy River Catfishing. Excellent customer service. Chris gives his number out freely, which is a bold thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when it's to a talker like me. I think I spoke with him about an hour and a half one night.
The first rod in the Muddy River lineup is, of course, the flathead rod. Now, this again is $79. This is a medium heavy action, 1 to 10 ounce, and I believe you can throw more with this. This is a fantastic. It's the flathead rod. It's meant for heavy cover. It's meant for pulling fish out of brush. If you've ever seen any of Chris's videos, you'll see why he needs a rod like this. It's got that smoke gray aluminum reel seat. Again, these upgraded reel seats with the double locking nuts, very smooth. That's another thing that's really important to me is how smooth these things are. I mean, you see, I'm barely doing anything. There's some of them that aren't machined as well, so it's really hard to screw those locking washers in. Same foam grip. This one does not have a tapered butt, but it's not huge. It has a small flare on it, so that may discourage some people. It's got white wraps with green thread in it. If you can see that. Let's see. Upgraded guides, black and white, all the way up to the tip. And most of these rods, you'll see that theme. you'll see that darker rod or different color rod, and then you'll get to the tip, and it's brighter for night fishing and for visibility. Excellent rod. I like to use these as down rods because typically when you're suspending baits, when you're down sticking or dead sticking, you got to use a big weight, and I don't want my rod bent over like it's got a fish on it, until there's a fish on it. So I use them for that. And then the last one in that $79
comes in spinning too. That was my favorite. The flathead rod for spinning. That's one of my favorite spinning rods. It's awesome for really like the action with that on the spinning model.
Yeah, all these come in spinning and casting. And he'll be at Catfish Conference, so you can pick one up and actually feel it. And this is the newest edition. This is the Paula Smith Signature Series rod. It is the flathead rod. It's just in a different color scheme. So I'm not going to go over all the specs on it. It's the same specs as the flathead rod, but I did want to show the color scheme. Let's see.
It's a nice rod.
It's got that white grip, the tapered butt, like the so that's different. It's got a tapered butt like the medium, so that is different than the flathead. The white grips, black and gold reel seat. You got that oversized hook keeper again, and it's kind of like a metallic copper type color, which is very unique. And there's Miss Paula Smith's. I'm trying to move this the right way. Paula Smith's signature right there. Upgraded guides. It goes all the way up. And of course, you have the white tip again. So that's that $79 range. Anybody else got something in that range?
Well, we've got the Uncle Lou rod.
I thought those were in the $80 range.
So much stuff, but like,
Is it 89?
It's very seafood.
Hang on.
And
Are those in the $80 range or $70 range?
Oh, I thought they were 79. I believe.
That's cool. Let's show them because I got.
It's right in that. It might be 89.99. I don't know the exact. Is it 89? All right. So I jumped. I jumped the gun a little bit. I love the rod so much. I jumped the gun.
I know he's been waiting to bite it because there's a special story with that, and I'll give him an extra couple minutes to go ahead and tell that story for those who haven't seen it.
Well,
go for it, bro.
As you can see, I've got it in a black rod case because this is the retired rod, never to be used again. Green Machine was nice enough to gift the rod to me. When we caught this fish of a lifetime, Uncle Lou was in the chat, as was about 200 other people watching us catch this fish. And we'll just go over the rod real quick. It's got the same thing. It's got the rounded butt on the end, little tapered or whatever you called it, bumped out at the end. Really good foam grip. There's your aluminum, solid aluminum reel seat, really solid. It's got the X flocked foregrip. Really cool silver. There's the same thing you said before with the big size hook keeper. The cool Uncle Lou's. This is the actual rod from that fish. So medium. You can see medium action.
That's the one I have.
Medium action, 10 to 40 pound, cast up to 8 ounces, and it does. There's the aluminum, the eyes, got black with the silver thread. Really cool heavy duty eyes. All the way up, same thing to the white tip. And what's cool about this tip is that it glows in the dark.
It really does.
It glows really bright in the dark.
So if y'all want to check out a video where you can see that actually glowing in the dark, I put out a glowing rod video, and with the lights turned out with no black light on it, that thing is glowing bright green. Like no joke.
Right, man.
So
So,
that one caught a 200 and what pound sturgeon?
well, it was estimated 212, but you know me, it was 222 pounds on a medium action rod. And I never once felt like I was worried about the rod. If you watch the video, I was more worried about myself than any of the equipment. That it was, you could see me in there, and I got my hand up, and I'm putting pressure here and just kind of using it as leverage. Whatever body part I could put that butt on, and just putting leverage up here just to keep leverage on it. And you see the rod doing its thing, and it didn't make noise. What's that?
I was gonna say, and of course that rod's not made for sturgeon, because
No, no.
I mean, obviously, but you probably want something much heavier so you can control the fish more. But what Stan is saying is that even when you put the outstanding pressure on it, it still didn't break and it still held up. It was able to get it in, which is a good testimony.
Yeah, and you didn't hear any like stress noises or anything like that. But so yeah, Uncle Lou was nice enough. He said, retire that rod. And he sent Dan and I both a rod and stand 3, and it's just man, that was a fish of a lifetime. Can't thank Uncle Lou enough. Can't thank Dan and stand 3 enough. Just awesome. But that's it. That's the retired rod. The medium heavy one is the same. It's the same rod. Goes up to medium heavy. The big difference. The only difference is the casting goes up to 50-pound line, and it goes up to 10 ounce. So it does cast a little bit heavier weight. You can kind of feel it, but they're very similar.
I'm sure it's got a thicker backbone, so it'll control the fish a little better.
But it's you can see there's the medium. I don't know if you can see the size difference over the camera, but there's the medium. You can see it a little bit more.
What about the size difference in the backbone? I think it would. Shouldn't it be a little thicker down there, maybe?
Yeah. The medium heavy is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. You can see it in real life, but
you can see it. You can tell the difference.
Medium heavy. But sturdy rods, and Uncle Lou is awesome too. So
yeah,
he is awesome.
Awesome rod. I have one, and I believe Mike has the spinning edition, and I think a couple other.
Might be sent out tomorrow, so I get to test one out in that heavy current.
Ooh, that'd be a good test right there.
There you go.
He's gonna get 100-pounder on it.
Green Machine Outdoors, and us even in the current when we're suspend drifting and things like that, they work really well for that. So
awesome. Well, looks like Sogo is back. He's got a rod he wants to show us. What you got there, Sogo?
This is the Amazon special surf rod.
Okay.
12-foot. They market it as a fib link, I think. Yeah, FIBLINK. 12-foot rod. Got it doubled over so I don't hit crap in my kitchen this time. Let me see how close I can get this thing. Yeah. Can you read that?
Hour heavy. Heavy. Nope, it's perfect.
Okay, I'm about to say it's heavy action, 1 to 8 ounces, and like I said, 12-foot, 1 to 8. Come here, doggone you. I don't know if I can get it up here.
I appreciate you putting in the effort. 4 ounce.
It's a struggle bus when somebody like me is technologically challenged. But 4 ounce lead, and I was throwing hand-sized bluegill. So it says it'll throw weight. I'll say it probably throws a pound of lead, maybe. I wasn't putting no weight on it at that point, but it's the FIBLINK Moon Sniper. I got it for $45, and now they're like $65. So it hit that price point we were talking about. I said,
that's that COVID. I call that the COVID increase. Fishing gear all got more expensive once COVID hit, and people were like, "Oh wow, people buy fishing gear."
And just to shout out Mexican again, this is the reel I won from him and Dr. Murillo. Still
All
running
right.
good.
Yeah. Awesome.
But I just want to show off that one because you can grab cheap gear and it works until it don't.
It works until it don't.
But
All
you
right.
gotta find
Action
some
does the
breaking
tip
points
have
to
on
find
it?
big fish.
Gotcha. All right, so now we're gonna move. I think I'm not sure. Let me show off this rod. I think it's in that $79, $80 range. Let me get it. This is one of the OG, I guess OG catfishing rods. When people started making catfishing rods, this company was at the forefront of it, I believe. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But
TWC.
that's the TWC, Tangling with Catfish Whisker Whip. You gotta get those H's in there. The Whisker Whip. I'm telling you what, y'all. This is a medium rod. If you want a rod that's gonna pull up fish and look good on camera, this rod will give you that perfect parabola. And it will bend over and touch its own butt, and still bring in the fish. I'm
I got
very
medium,
impressed. Very impressed with this rod. And excuse my Lexile level there. I'm trying to extend it. But it's got that EVA foam, cut foam grip, the aluminum reel seat. There's something different about this reel seat, though. I don't know what it is, but this rod is super light. Like I would say my Muddy River rods are the lightest rods I got until I get to this one. This one feels like nothing. And Jeremy's tournament cats came fishing with me. He picked it up, and it's almost like there's not a reel on it. And I have that PC Fun 550 on it. The hook keeper is a little small, and it's on top, but it's bigger than the ugly stick. But this is not their heavier rod action. This is not for the Tennessee River. It's not for anything like that.
I have the
Also,
medium heavy.
you have a medium heavy.
Mhm.
So they also glow very bright under black lights.
Yeah, they do.
If you watch that video I have, this was my favorite one under glowing black light. And it's green all the way to the tip, all the way. It doesn't turn white. So when you do put it under black light, it's going to glow. I mean, make sure I don't stab myself. I mean, it's so whippy. Whippy, whippy, whippy. Cool whippy. All right, now we're getting into this range of rods, and I'm going to let Lance go next, where this is the common price point. In that $80 to $90 price point, you're going to get a lot of these rods, except for Big Mike. Big Mike's got probably one of the most expensive rods out on the show tonight.
This one was a little over, but it was about 100.
Well, which one is that? I thought you had a Big Cat Fever.
Yeah, this is the Big Cat Fever. The Big Cat Fever Special Edition.
Mm-hmm. But it was 100 with shipping, so we're not including shipping. It was $89.99.
No, it was 125 with shipping.
So
yeah, get shipped to Hawaii.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the rod is still around that, $80 range.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
So it's 7'6", line anywhere from 10 to 50 pound test. Weight 2 to 10 pound test. Reason I bought it was it was a cancer awareness rod to help a family.
Right.
And the grips got the cut grips on it.
Mm-hmm.
Stainless steel reel seat. Got the double lock washers and just the rounded end butt. And I'm bank fisherman, but I can cast this thing pretty far with no problem. Tip's real sensitive.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
And does that stay black and pink all the way up to the tip, or does it turn white?
No, it stays black and pink. When you get to the tip,
It's pink.
you got the last 4 eyelets is just pink.
Mhm.
And I put reflective tape on there, white reflective tape for at night because it is a black rod.
Gotcha. So you catfish Dave that rod, huh? You catfish Dave's that rod.
Now this, told my girlfriend I bought this for her, but
Hey, I'm gonna try that. Hey, honey, I'm gonna buy you some fishing rods.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, since you're not using it,
It's like, you want a new 12-foot rod.
yeah. It does. It handles real well. I mean, back in August, I caught a 15-pound channel on it, but I mean, so had no problem bringing it in.
And I think all those rods are medium heavies, right?
Yeah, and it's the special edition. I don't think you can get it on their website already.
Mm-mm.
There's only a certain amount made.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and they're pretty good about that.
Order.
Yeah, they're pretty good about that special edition thing, because I got into it a little late, and I know they did a special edition green, and I'm mad that I wasn't around to get those. But usually they say that they're not going to make them again. They usually hold true to that. Because
Yeah,
I kind of can't stand it when a company says, yeah, it's a special edition, blah, blah, blah. And then they make them again a couple years later. And you're like, wait a second. I bought this because you said you're never going to make it again.
yeah, because when that one came in and I actually got it in my hand, I was like, well, I'm going to try and order another one. That was too late.
But I think everybody would be okay if Big Cat Fever made that rod available once a year because of the charity work they did with it. That was an awesome story. All right, Carl, we'll see you later. He said, thanks, got to go by.
He really had to go.
Yeah. I just caught my personal best 90-pound on a Big Cat Fever heavy action. Worked great. The medium heavies are nice also. Yeah, I have the white. Let's see. I have the OG white rod with the cork handle. It's everything Lance just talked about. The aluminum reel seat, the hook keepers, everything's same. This is a medium heavy. It's white all the way up. So that's a really popular one that they have. And then I have probably my favorite rod to drag baits with is the medium action Big Cat Fever, because I like that little flip that it gives to the bait when it's going down, and this is white up at the tip, and it's exactly the same as Lance just showed. It's just different color scheme, red and black.
Yeah, I got the exact same one right there.
There you go.
It's the medium heavy. This
is the medium action. 1 to 6 ounces is very, very limber. Not as much as the Tanglewood Catfish Rod, but right there with it. The smoke gray aluminum reel seat, the cut-in EVA on the foregrip, and on the back grip, it's exactly the same as Lance's. So that's the $89. These are those rods that are in that $89 price range. I have one more while I'm still up. I probably have a bunch more, but this is I don't think any of you have this one. This is a Silver Cat Magnum. So we've seen 3 Silver Cats now. We've seen the baseline Silver Cat from Walmart. Then we saw the Silver Cat Elite, and this is the Silver Cat Magnum. This is a really cool rod. We got it for $84 actually from my tackle shop. I didn't know what I was buying at the time, but it's got a cork handle. It's got aluminum reel seat, and the locking washers, the locking nuts are on the bottom, which is a little different than we've seen in all these other ones.
Ooh, are those diamonds?
These are diamonds. So B&M, you get diamonds, y'all. I mean, this is pure silver. inlaid with diamonds. So I mean, and you get it for $84. So I'm not too much into the reason I don't use this rod a lot is because I'm not too into the locking nuts being on the bottom because they tend to back off. And but it does have that oversized hook keeper. Again, it's kind of like an S-shaped hook keeper. It's in an offset like a circle hook. There you go. That's a good shot of it. This is the medium heavy. I think this is a 7'5". Yeah, it's a 7'5", which is a little different than what we've been seeing. 7'5". It's got different guides too. So it's kind of unique, which is why I like it. You know, I like being weird and different.
But they're metal and there's no inserts.
Yeah, there's metal, no insert. Then they start looking like the rest of them right here. Goes all the way up. It's gray and burgundy and black all the way to the tip. No color change. Really strong rod, medium heavy, really sturdy. It's got the fast action tip like you're used to seeing. Good rod. Really good rod. Again, I just don't use it that much. I stopped using it because I didn't like the locking nuts on the bottom. But, you know, I'm not going to let that deter me anymore. All right. What do we got in that $80, $80, $90 range? Raise your hand, class. All right. Mikael.
I get so tired of listening to myself talk, but I have to raise my hand and be honest about it. So I'll try to go quick. Whisker Seeker. Their latest rod. Well, let's go quickly over the other one first. The Chad Ferguson series, very common. Everybody's seen Luke Nichols fish with this left and right, catching fish after fish. Nice composite and foam mixed handle. You can get it with a graphite reel seat, which this is, or you can buy it with
aluminum,
full metal, aluminum. The version ones had the eyes with the eyelets. They upgraded them all a year ago or 2 years ago. I can't remember. So nice black and orange with the orange up on the tip. I literally spent, I think Kristen's asleep. I literally spent probably $1,000 last year trying to prove to myself that wasn't the best rod for me. And all I ended up doing is going to their other model made by Luke Nichols himself. Oh, I went too far. You can see there's his logo, Catfish and Carp. Now this is a medium light. The other ones go 7.5, 9.5 foot long. You can get medium, heavy, and heavy. Well, this is a medium light. All this time, I thought they were coming out with the medium. Nope. They went clear down to medium light. It says it'll only cast 1 ounce. That's what makes it a specialty rod. Graphite reel seat. Very skinny. This is the skinniest rod I've ever encountered that says, "Hey, I'm for catfishing." No inserts. You can see right there. This is different because as you get to the top, ladies and gents, those are micro guides. It is that fine. Now, if you're on a boat and you don't have to throw a lot of lead, or if you're on a bank and you don't have to throw very far and you don't have to throw a lot of lead, I'm telling you right now, I caught a 6-pound channel cat on this, and that's the most fun fight I have ever had in my life. It was so much fun, but I didn't have to pull it out of any cover. There's no current, and he walked my big butt down that bank twice.
Now I will say that Luke
was
caught
fun.
like a 40-pound flathead on that rod.
Oh yeah, he did. because he's got that little boat and he's fishing right on top of it. I had to chase this 6-pound channel cat up the bank and then back down the bank. And I'm telling you guys,
I wish you would have been live. I would have
it was
paid
so
to
much
see
fun.
that.
Well, the problem is I don't catch any fish live. You got to watch like Big Mike, Stan, and you yourself.
Have you seen my latest live streams? There's no fish being caught.
Wow. I feel you. I feel you on that one.
So, I recently remember you getting a 29 and a 40 pounder on the same stream for anybody that's doubting.
Yeah, late at night.
So those rods come in at that $79 or the $89 range.
$79 on the catfish and carp medium light action ones. The other ones I believe are in at $89. They run some deals here and there on Black Fridays, and if you get into their text club and their mega deal texts and this and that, they'll shoot you some texts every now and then, or they'll try to woo you.
So I'm gonna say my piece about Whisker Seeker, and this is my thing, and I'll put myself up so you're not associated with it. Whisker Seeker, listen to me closely. You've lost my sale like 6 times, and Mike's smiling because he knows what I'm gonna say.
I know now.
Every time you have a deal, I go into the website, I put stuff in the cart, and then you ask for a credit card number. Use PayPal, man. Put PayPal on put PayPal on the website. It's easy. It's click that.
You're done.
You don't have my wallet with me all the time, and you lose my sale every time. Every time it's happened. It's happened 3 times actually. I may have gone overboard a little bit or exaggerated. 3 times, and the most recent one was the Memorial Day sale. I had them in the cart. I was like, oh yeah, no PayPal. I forgot. Sorry. Anyway, that's my piece. I
ordered 3 times that weekend, but that's just because Google Pay remembers me.
That's a bad thing for you, Michael.
Yeah.
You got to get that off of there.
Instant spending.
Yeah, that next month I was like, I did what?
Oops.
Anybody else have rods in this price range? What are we talking right now? 80, 90?
Well,
yeah, I'll go.
If I could just do one thing about Whisker Seeker, if y'all check out Green Machine Outdoors and myself and two stands fishing, we got into doing the small rods this summer.
Oh yeah, the ice rod.
Anybody with a boat, if you want to have some fun, I recommend that Whisker Seeker. I don't know the name of it, the small rod. But we were also doing, me with my ugly sticks. Here's the ugly stick dock runner. It's just a regular, the little like the Dock Demon type thing. This one here got retired also after catching a 60-pound blue cat. It actually caught Stan 3's girlfriend Jenny had caught a 50-pounder on him before. She called them her little Chiquita, but they're a lot of fun. But that Whisker Seeker, the Whisker Seeker ice rod, I can't remember the name of it. Low price point, but you're in the boat using it as a down rod or whatnot. Blast. I caught a 40-pounder on it, and it was just a lot of fun. You can check that out.
You need to call Ugly Stick, man. They might send you a new one.
Yeah, I probably should. But this is I got this on the retirement wall over here with
All right, so I got 2 more at that price point. Mike's got a bigger version of this one, but this is the Slime Cat medium heavy action 7'6". And, all these catfishing companies are making 7'6" rods. Does have an awesome green aluminum reel seat. The locking, again, they put the locking nuts on the bottom. Not a huge fan of that, but the thing that may either cause people to buy this or cause people to avoid it is that the butt is super long. It has for a 7'6" rod. This thing has got plenty of butt, and Mike likes the long butts. But if you reel under your arm, this is what you need. If you put it in your hip, not as comfortable. But if you reel up under your arm, it's exactly what you need. You have the black bottom down here. Let's see if we can see this here. 7'6", medium heavy, 1 to 10 ounces. It's got the upgraded guides on it, yellow wraps and green, all the way up. Again, it doesn't. It turns white, and they say this glows, but not like the Uncle Lou's rod.
No,
This thing can't hold a candle to the Uncle Lou's
no.
rod glows. So
They
You're
do
looking
glow,
for-
but nowhere near as bright as Uncle Lou's.
if you're looking for a glowing tip, not the rod for you. Probably so this is what I call it's my favorite because it's the most versatile rod that I have. You can drag baits, you can do a down sticking rod with it, you can anchor with it, you can fish heavy current with it, you can throw big weight with it, and it's a light rod. And that's the Muddy River Blue Cat rod. The most versatile rod I have because you can use it for everything. And it'll serve the purpose. Very sexy rod. If you like blue, I wish it was green, but I'm trying to get Chris to, get a green one made. It just costs a lot to get in the market for a rod. So maybe the Palmetto rod will come out, in the year 2035. But aluminum reel seat, blue aluminum reel seat with the black locking nuts on top. Got the PC Fun 60 on there again with that foam grip. One thing that Chris's rods have that I really like, it has the oversized hook keeper, but they're on the bottom, which makes sense to me. I'm not sure. Maybe people who know more about rods can tell me why, but they put the hook keepers on top. I like the hook keeper on the bottom myself. And that's as far as the blue goes. And it's like bright white all the way up. Now it doesn't really glow too much, but you don't really need too much glow with that rod because it's white all the way up. If you want to know if it handles giant cats, like giant Tennessee River cats, I forget what Carl calls his channel now.
Catfish
Ruin, something like that. But y'all know Combat Carl. He caught some massive blue cats last year on these things, and every time you thought they were going to break, it didn't. So you see a lot of people using them. I like dead sticking with them. You can cast up to 10 ounces on them, and it'll launch it. 7'6" rod. I know Mike uses them. A lot of other people use them. That's my all around versatile rod. And guys, I only have one more. Well, I have two, so I'll wait. So let's go. I'll go ahead. I'm up. I'll go ahead and do it.
Well, while Kevin's getting that, if anybody's got any of those 70 and above rods you're just wanting to get rid of, my high one's 49. So that next year up, I can test them, try them, just send them to me. Let me know.
Are you going to the Kansas City Cat Con?
Not the Kansas City. I'm going to try to make the one in the spring.
I'll be there.
All right. This was a Catfish Conference special last year. This is the Catfish Pro. You can also get these in Walmart now, which puts them in a different price range. But why I'm bringing them out in this price range is because I got the combo. They did the combo for $99. You got the rod and the reel shipped for $99.
That's good deal.
It's something it's got the exposed blank right here. So a little bit, some people are, a little skeptical about that. They're afraid it's going to break or whatever. But, if maybe it's I don't know anything about bumping, but I know that people like to feel that weight right there. So maybe that maybe it'll help you cast better. I'm not sure. But it's got the plastic reel seat. Let's see. This is a medium heavy. It's got that retro color scheme, kind of like the Ugly Stik. Medium heavy, 7'6". Y'all seen a theme here? 7'6", medium heavy. Upgraded guides. And it's orange all the way to the tip, and then it's not. It's white. All right, I only have one more rod, and that's at the top price range. So, all right, who we got next? All right, I was gonna bring Mike up. Oh wait, I do have another rod. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so while Kevin's getting his other rod, have another option here from Catfish Sumo. This is a one-piece Master Series 2.0. This is not their 150, the one that says it'll do 150, because I don't catch 150 pounds of fish in a month. That's for people like Big Mike who haul in monsters every weekend. For all of us to see too. So let's give him a round of applause. Again, a real nice, clean bottom and handle area. This steps up to the aluminum reel seat, double locking nut on the top. Nice green, black, silver in the eyelets. These are nice stainless steel eyelets all the way up to the top. Again, coming to a high vis. I put my hand on the wrong side. High vis yellow tip for just the top two eyelets. It's extremely thin. Again, it's different. I think this one is carbon. It says that it has a moderate fast action. Maybe. But without a doubt, $89.99. Mexicat had to have it. Didn't like it. So he said, hey, Mike, you want to try this? And I'm telling you right now, I would buy 4 of these if I wanted 4 more rods. But I got so many rods, I don't even need to buy one. So amazing. They built this so you could use it as a casting or a spinning. I'm mainly a spinning guy. He didn't like it because he's mainly a bait casting round reel guy, and there's no trigger. And he just felt like the butt was just a little bit long. The handle was a little bit long for his liking. Me, I like that. So
you like big butts, and you cannot lie. I mean,
it's just that balance. I really like it. Now, Kevin, I have one more, and it is in this price range. This is my last one. So then after that, it'll be a nice.
Me, and that's why I went and got this one. So Mike and I both have the Mad Cat's rod. So I just mine's in a medium heavy, so I won't show it. It's the same rod that Mike's got. Go ahead, Mike.
Yep. I got a medium light. Just got it a couple days ago under the radar, although I'm sure she figured it out. this green is bright.
Yes,
and it's got a nice molded handle, top and bottom. Does have a little bit of a knob there, but it isn't atrocious. Very nice aluminum reel seat, double locking nut. Again, I went
on the
with
bottom.
spinning.
I don't know why they put it on the bottom.
Well, this is a spinning, so to me, that's where it should be. And I enjoy it, although a lot of the spinning are putting them on the top again too. Gravity supposed to help not loosen it up. You know, I'm a big guy. Gravity's not my friend, so I'm used to it. I'm used to it. And nice, beautiful graphics there. I really like it. It's very simplistic. It says it'll cast 6 ounces, and I believe it, because today I put a 4-ounce lead on it, and I put the nice big hunk of shad on there. Had to be more than a couple ounces. Interestingly enough, I noticed that most of the flex is above the bottom big eye. And I didn't get lucky and hook a fish on it, but I, just tried to manipulate it and do whatever I could. If you don't have to cast more than 6 ounces, if you're not trying to yank something out of some wicked cover and, have to put a whole lot of heat on it, this medium light could be a lot of fun for you. I think it was $89. They had an anniversary sale. I took advantage of the code. The top of it is white on the top two eyes, but black green. You pretty much got me when you got black and green. So I'm cheap like that. I'm easy like that. I'm all in. And,
easy like Sunday.
I do have a slime cat rod also that was gifted to me by the Mexicat, again because it had too big of a butt and he didn't like it. And
now
I feel bad. I feel like we've kept Big Mike hostage here because I got to see this rod.
We'll get
I
to him.
want
He's all right.
4 of them. I want 4 of them. So don't feel unloved, Big Mike. I watch your show all the time.
You don't
and I'm
want
like,
4 of these
gotta
bad
have
boys.
it.
Trust me. These things will
So,
hurt you.
I just feel like I got to mention, in contrast to the medium light, the medium heavy on these Mad Cats are really stiff. So if you're looking for a little bit more action in the tip, which some people want that stiffer feeling, but if you want a little more action, a little more playroom, give the fish a little bit more of a chance, then try the medium action rod. This is medium heavy. It does great for. I use it for down sticking now, dead sticking. I keep saying down sticking. It's not a thing, Kevin, but
It is now.
it is now.
It is now.
Trademark.
Thing.
But dead sticking, it's perfect for that. So and a lot of people love those Mad Cat rods. They started coming out last year, and the one thing that I'll say Mad Cats has on everybody else is color options. So if you're one of those guys or girls that really wants to match your stuff, and you got blue accents on your boat or whatever, green accents, or whatever your color is, your reels, you can match those rods to match your color scheme, which as catfishing has got more and more popular, you see people matching stuff a lot more. It's kind of a phenomenon. Anyway, let's go over to Big Mike. Big Mike, thanks for being patient, buddy. That's what you get for having an expensive rod.
Yeah, no, it's all right. All right. Now the price point on this thing is $104.99. It's expensive, but you get a whole lot of rod for the money. A whole lot of rod. It's 12 foot heavy. The weight on it is 5 ounces to 20 ounces. And it will throw 20 ounces. It'll throw more than 20 ounces. It's got a lot of action. It's super long. I don't know if y'all can see this, but
Woohoo!
We go it.
for a 12-foot rod, this thing has a lot of action for dragging them monsters out of the current. Because, I mean, that's the only reason why I got this rod, because there are no other 12-foot rods on the market for catfishing with enough action like this. But I heard Hellcats are coming out with 12-footers, and the Mad Cats are coming out with 12-footers. So I can't wait to try those.
Mad Cats has a 12-footer.
They have a medium heavy. This is heavy. I need
Gotcha.
something with. I mean, I don't know what the action is going to be. I don't want it to be a broomstick, but we're going to get one. Just try it out and see. It is a 2-piece rod, so Kevin's not allowed to use them.
Nope, I'm not. I refuse to.
But yeah, I mean, they're a monster, and they don't say what size line on it, just because I guess it don't really matter. I mean, I throw 40 or 50 on them, so. But they've got the extra long butt, so you can get that leverage.
I wonder why they put line ratings on rods. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but it's got the super long.
Anybody have a theory about that?
I think it's because they used to, and they just got into a
They just
bad
never
habit.
quit doing it.
I get the weight rating. That's in direct correlation with the rod string. I get it, but the line doesn't make any sense. Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
But it has the solid stainless eyes. It's basically the same rod as what Kevin had, only 12 foot, and it's 2-piece instead of 1-piece. But I mean, it is a beast of a rod, and it will sling some baits and haul some monsters out of some heavy current.
We've seen it. We've seen it in action.
Huge.
Yeah, like that.
Right. So question, and
they are expensive at $104.99 plus shipping. So
yeah, so
I think that's really good.
Yeah, it is for the rod. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Carp rods that could throw maybe 4 or 5 ounces, and they're $150.
And
so
like I said, these rods are. This rod is rated at 20 ounces, but I've thrown 14 ounces of weight of lead and 1 pound of skipjack with it. So,
wow.
So I mean,
I got a question for you, Mike. So, since my blunder with a 2-piece rod, have you double checked your rods every time you cast them now?
No, I don't know. I put them together and then I'm done checking them at the end of the night. As soon as I put them together, I mean, they lock together good and tight. Just make sure the biggest thing is just make sure the line's not
Must
wrapped
be a
around your
whisker
tip.
seeker thing. I don't know.
Just make sure the line is not
Shots
wrapped around the
fired.
tip of your rod. That's all you got to do with the pieces.
Listen, I'm unhappy with Whisker Seeker. I think they have a great product. Cater to your customers a little better. Come on, man.
That's right. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing with these rods too. I know a lot of people have been asking me about them, but they never have them in stock. Like this is why I'm outside instead of in the house, because within the first 3 days I broke one sticking it in a ceiling fan.
Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, actually it hit smack 3 times and then broke it. And then I sent it off, and it took 3.5 months to get this one as a replacement.
Ew, yikes.
So that's the part that stinks with these rods.
Well, y'all check out Big Mike. I mean, he definitely puts these rods to the test in that water. Believe it or not, that's not the most expensive rod of the night, y'all.
No. They have a lot of customs.
Yeah, so this is a Hellcat rod, and
I'm so ready
green
for
one.
An Hellcat. Sorry.
So as you can see, so let's start from the bottom. This rod starts off at $119, I think. Yeah, I got one. I ordered one as soon as they came out. I ordered a medium, and it was really floppy. So their medium is like a medium light. So keep that in mind. And then I went to Pigeon Forge to the Catapalooza, and I got a medium heavy. Just because you go to one of those conferences and you got to spend money. But as you can see, it has the beveled bottom there for those rocket launcher rod holders with the bolt down the bottom. It's got that crosshatch golf grip, which I really love. It's not as soft as the Muddy River rods, but it's just about as light. Like the Hellcat or the Magcat rod. Sorry, I need to not break my $120 rod. It's got you can see the blank through the reel seat, and something you don't see is on top of where the reel goes. It says Hellcat on it. It's laser etched in, I guess. It's got that smoke gray aluminum reel seat, and the foregrip has got that golf grip on it again. It's got that nice taper down, so it's not like you don't have the edge of the what do you call it? The foregrip showing right there. It tapers nicely into the rod. Oversized hook keeper on the front. I mean, it's a sexy rod, y'all. I mean, it's good looking, and I think it's also a composite rod. It uses graphite and e-glass, which is, I guess, why they're so expensive.
And
they also they caught sturgeon with this. So if you watch one of those Big Cat Fever, or if you go to Catch the Fever website or their YouTube page, they took them out to, I think it was Iowa, or was it Idaho? Idaho.
Probably Idaho, Snake River.
Yeah, and they went in the river in those heavy currents, and they pulled in sturgeon with the heavy rods.
I defer all sturgeon questions to Sturgeon Stan.
I've actually looked into it recently. I've really started studying
immersion. Then on the back, it's got the specs on it. 7'6". This one is the medium heavy. It says it throws 1 to 10 ounce, and it'll do it. It just feels like you're gonna break it when you throw a heavier lead, just because the tip is so flexible. It's kind of like the Big Cat Fevers, except more. So if you can imagine that, if you've ever used one, it's got the black guides on it, all green wraps, and that's consistent all the way to the tip. Again, it's got that Big Cat Fever feel. When you hook a fish, it doesn't matter what size it is, it's going to bend the tip of that rod, and you're going to feel like you're fighting the fish. Like the fish has a fighting chance on the rod, and it doesn't matter if it's a 5-pound fish or a 20-pound fish. It feels nice reeling it in, and you feel like you're really doing something, which I think has a lot to do. It has a lot to do with with the enjoyment of fishing. You know, we want a big rod in case we get lucky, like, you know, or we're talented enough like Big Mike to get those big fish. For me, it's luck. You know, maybe one will come by and I'll get one of those 50, 60, 70 pounders. But then I also, the majority of the fish most of us catch are in that 5 to 20 pound range. And so you want a rod that feels good catching those, but can still handle a 220 pound sturgeon. So that's kind of why we're going through this. We're going through all these rods to show price points and everything, and to give you our opinions of them. I see Stan's got another rod, but so Stan's got one. Mike, do you have any more after Stan? Merlot? No. All right, let's go, Stan. Let's see what you got.
Well, you know me, I'm a ugly stick. I've got everything from the little bitty $20 ugly stick to the ugly stick catfish to the GX, but this is the I think it's it was either $90 or $99. It's the ugly stick big water, Shakespeare ugly stick big water. Same thing. It's got the cross section butt tapered down, obviously big handle. I got my Kuma Classic because it's just a wench. My big 450, big reel, big rod. It goes 40 to 80 pound line, casts up to 12-inch. It's heavy action, but and it's got the heavy duty metal guides, eyes all the way up. You see, it's got the double feet all the way up to the tip. It's all just black and red. Awesome for if you're like suspending big weights, heavy baits, and heavy current. You really need something like this to keep it down there. You know, we're talking the donkey baits and donkey weights and some of that stuff that Big Mike uses. And so with Ugly Stick, you've got everything from whatever price point to whatever price point. Who knows? Maybe I'll get the Ugly Stick sponsorship one day. But you know, with the Ugly Stick in this country, Ugly Stick has been here, and it's got a name that you know you can't go wrong with Ugly Stick.
No, you really can't. And it's a great entry level rod as well.
Very, very good entry level.
So we've pretty much covered a lot. I mean, you know, I wish we had a little more variety. I say that, but I mean, we've had a ton of variety, fellas.
Yeah.
But,
There's so much more out there.
We didn't have the tangling with catfish. We didn't have the Mondo cat rods. You know, a lot of rods we didn't cover. So again, if you're just coming in here, maybe you caught the last half of it. We formatted the show to an entry level rod price range, all the way up to the $120 price range of the mainstream type rods. We didn't really showcase any. Like, I have an Anvil rod here, and I have an old 18 rod, but they're not making them right now. Mike also has a couple rods that they're just not making anymore. So there's no sense in kind of showing those rods if you can't go pick them up. So we did consider that. So if you're just coming in, maybe you didn't catch the whole stream. You know, you were off watching Epic with Donkey Baits or Elston Live from the Bank or Avid's got Jeremy's Tournament Cats on right now. I know we're in the hour and 50 minutes right now, but you know, it's worthwhile to go through these. We went all the way from you know, the what do you call a wampus cat rod? Is that what you called it?
Whooping stick.
The whooping stick.
All the way to the Hellcat rod.
Yep.
And we hit rods all in there. And I just want to say thank you so much to my guests. Freddy's Outdoor Adventures has a YouTube channel. Mike Murillo Family Fishing. Him and Lauren hit it up on the bank with Trish and Mexicat sometimes. The whole family. Leah's out there too. Leah, sorry. And Kristen. Maybe we can get Kristen on camera sometime catching a fish. You got Big Mike fishing with Big Mike. Fishes from the Tennessee River and catches huge fish. He's on the search for that 100. He's got what, a 94 right now?
94.4 is the biggest so far.
94.4. So we're looking to get that that triple-digit fish, catfish for
I'm
Mike.
looking. I'll be
Lance-
fishing a lot, so
Lance Makugai, the Hawaiian fisherman, new on the scene here recently. Check his channel out. People have been posting the links in there. Thanks, Lance, for coming on and showing us your big cat fever. And you showed us one other one. It was the pin, right? The pin
Yeah,
squadron.
yeah.
And then, of course, you got two stands. If you watch any kind of catfishing, you've seen two stands just about everywhere. But Stan showed us his Uncle Lou rods and some ugly stick rods, and I just appreciate all of y'all coming on here and spending your Sunday evening with Palmetto Cats. And I hope that the people in chat and the people watching this later, because this is one of those live streams that are going to continue to get views. I'm surprised by it, but people search this type of thing. So hopefully your channels will benefit from it, as mine as well. So thank you, Big Mike, for the super chat earlier. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you to the Boom
thank you
Squad.
for the support.
for
Thank all y'all
supporting
for
me.
the support.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we're almost 2 hours in. I would give everybody a little last type word thing, but we need to get out of here. That's a great idea, Lou. Do one on fish scales. That's a great idea. Maybe in the next one. All right, y'all, let me pray us out. Heavenly Father, thank you again for an awesome show. Thank you for all your blessings. Thank you for these fine men up here that have come up and shared the love for the sport and the love for this equipment. Lord, we thank you that we live in a country where we're able to do this type of thing. We are privileged and to be in a country to where we can do what we love and we don't have some of the same stresses that other people do. And I just thank you for that. And we don't take it for granted. We thank you for blessing us. We just ask you to be with all the people in chat, all people up here, and be with our country as we try to move together, Lord, to get along. And I give you all the thanks for all the success on my channel, and I always will. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 All right, fellas. Thank you so much. Chat, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. Till next time, happy fishing, everybody.